Namaskaram. We all know the story of Sri Prahlada Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu and how Lord Nrsimha incarnated to kill Hiranyakashipu and protect Sri Prahlada Maharaj. Sanat Kumaras are four of the sons of Lord Brahma. They went to Vaikunta to have darshan of the Lord, but then they were stopped by the doorkeepers Jaya and Vijaya. The Kumaras were so upset, they were angry, and they cursed the doorkeepers Jaya and Vijaya to become mortals, to become demons in the material world. But then Jaya and Vijaya were not upset to be born in the material world, but they were upset because they were deprived of the Lord's service. They had to be separate from the Lord, and they ran to the Lord and narrated everything. But then the Lord pacified them, saying, "Do not worry, I will kill you in all these births and you will come back to me." So this Jaya and Vijaya were born as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha to Diti and Kashyapa Muni. And they were so mighty, they were so strong, they caused all disturbance to all saintly people. And the Hiranyaksha demon, he took away Mother Earth and kept under the ocean of destruction. And Lord Varaha came as a wild boar. He saved Mother Earth and killed Hiranyaksha. This made Hiranyakashipu even more angry towards Lord Vishnu, and he started torturing all the saintly people, the cows, and wherever bhakti related things were going on. So he disturbed everything and everyone. The devas, the demigods, they were all so scared of him. And he started doing penances near Mandra Hill Valley. His penance was so intense that the heat generated out of his severe penance started smoking, and the demigods were so scared of it, and they approached Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma appeared in front of Hiranyakashipu. Actually, he was just breathing as a skeleton. There was a huge ant hill around him, and the skeleton was just breathing. He was so severely doing penance. In the meantime, while Hiranyakashipu was performing such a severe penance, when the Devas came to know that Hiranyakashipu's wife Kayadu was pregnant with his child, they thought, not another demon, this is again going to be a demon, and this demon is going to destroy all of us. So the Indra, the king of the demigods, he took away Kayadu so that they can kill the child of Hiranyakashipu. But then Narad Muni Devarishi, he is a saintly person, he is a pure devotee of the Lord. He came to know about it, and he saved Kayadu, stating, the child inside Kayadu is not a demon, he is going to be a great devotee, so I'll take care of her. And it's also very sinful. Narad Muni mentions that it's very sinful to kill a child even before it's born. Of course, it's sinful even after the birth if a child is killed, but even before birth is also sinful. So this sinfulness in killing does not apply just to human beings, but also to all living species. Gomata, mother cow, hen, chick, goat, whatever living entity is there on the universe, killing them is sinful. Killing them even before they are born in the form of eggs is also sinful. And so Kayadu is being taken to Narad Muni's hermitage, and Narad Muni is telling all the glories of the Lord to Kayadu. And even though Kayadu might be tired and she might not be listening all the time, the child inside her keenly listens, and he understands and hears all the glories of the Lord and becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. Because Narad Muni is a pure devotee, hearing from his lotus lips, the kid also becomes a pure devotee. Now on the other side, on Mandara mountain valley, there is this Hiranyakashipu performing severe penance, and Lord Brahma appears in front of him. He sprinkles holy water on him, and so he regains his original physical form, and he demands Lord Brahma to make him immortal. And Lord Brahma says, it's not possible to become immortal, even I have to die after my lifespan. So it's really not possible to become immortal for a being who is born in the material world. That's what he says. So Hiranyakashipu thinks for long, he thinks deeply, and he puts out other demands, thinking himself to be very clever. So he says he shouldn't be killed in the daytime or night time. inside a building or outside a building, by a living entity or a dead weapon, by demigods or humans or asuras. So he puts forth so many demands, and finally he says, no living entity who is created by you should harm me. I should never be killed by any of those species. And now Brahma breathes out, finally there is someone who I didn't create, who is the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Now Brahma gives this benediction to Hiranyakashipu, that he won't be killed by any of these. Now that Hiranyakashipu is so sure of his immortality, because he thinks none of these beings can kill him, so he can never die, he continues to torture everybody, and he continues to rule over the demigods, and he intensifies his trouble to everybody. And he also picks up his wife and his son from the hermitage of Narad Muni, and he names him Prahlada. Prahlada means one who gives immense joy. As Sri Prahlada is a pure devotee of the Lord, though his teachers are asuras and they teach him only about Hiranyakashipu and how to rule the kingdom and etc., he is not interested in those. He says the real study is glorifying Lord Vishnu and about devotional service. And when his father Hiranyakashipu asks him about what he learned that day, and he says, I learned about serving the Lord, devotional service. He states 9 types of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Shravanam, hearing about the Lord; Kirtanam, speaking about the Lord, singing about the Lord; Smaranam, remembering the Lord; Padasevanam, serving the Lord's lotus feet; Archanam, worshipping the Lord; Vandanam, offering prayers to the Lord; Dasyam, becoming a servant of the Lord; Sakyam, becoming a friend of the Lord; and Atma Nivedanam, surrendering ourselves to the Lord. So these are the 9 types of devotional service Prahlad Maharaj tells Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu is taken aback. He hates Lord Vishnu, and this son of Hiranyakashipu is talking all about serving the Lord. So he is furious and he pushes his child away from his lap, a 5-year-old child, and he tells his soldiers to kill him. His own child, who is 5 years old, just because he is glorifying Lord Vishnu, who he hates. So these soldiers of Hiranyakashipu, they try in so many ways, by setting fire to Prahlad Maharaj, to throw him from a cliff, from a mountain top, making all poisonous snakes to bite him, tying him up and making elephants to stamp on him, making him drink poison. They try to kill the young 5-year-old child like this in so many ways, but then Lord Vishnu protects him in every single way, and the child shows no hatred towards his father or the soldiers, or he's not sad, he's not upset, he doesn't show any kind of anger. He's simply peaceful and happy, thinking about the Lord, remembering the Lord in every way. This is done by a 5-year-old child. And so finally Hiranyakashipu is so surprised, and he asks Prahlad Maharaj how he's been saved, and Prahlad Maharaj mentions that it's Lord Vishnu who has been saving him. And finally he says, where is your Lord Vishnu, and is he everywhere? If he is everywhere, he points out a pillar and shows him, if he is here, tell me. If he is not in here, I'm going to kill you just like an elephant is being killed by a lion. So immediately with his fist he hits the pillar. Till that time the Lord hadn't decided which form he was going to take, because he wanted to satisfy the boons Lord Brahma awarded to Hiranyakashipu. So he wanted to take a combination incarnation of a human and an animal, but he hadn't decided which animal. Now when Hiranyakashipu was talking to Prahlad in such a way that he will become a lion and he will make Prahlad an elephant and kill him, the Lord got so angry and decided he will take the form of a lion and kill him. So he also stayed in every pillar of the palace, because he was not aware which pillar Prahlada is going to show. So these are the sweet things in this Leela. And when Hiranyakashipu hit a pillar and Lord Nrsimha came out of it roaring, he was so big, so mighty, and he was so powerful, he was furious, and Hiranyakashipu was trying in every way to fight with him, and finally Lord Nrsimha took Hiranyakashipu to the entrance of the palace, the door, and he put him on his lap, because it's neither ground nor sky, neither inside nor outside, and he used his nails to kill him. It's neither dead nor living, because nails grow, and nails when cut doesn't hurt us. And that's how Lord Nrsimha killed Hiranyakashipu. And all the demigods over there, they were so scared of the Lord, because they hadn't seen such a furious form before, and they were afraid to approach him, and they sent Prahlada Maharaj, because his incarnation as a lion man was just for his dear Prahlada Maharaj. So Prahlada Maharaj started glorifying the Lord and approached the Lord with no fear, and that's how Lord Nrsimha was pacified by Prahlada Maharaj. And when the Lord asks him for a boon, tell me what boon you want, and Prahlada Maharaj says, I shouldn't ask you for any boon in any birth. That's what he says. And he says, let me take the sufferings of all the living entities of the universe. They need not suffer, let them all go with you. Let me suffer in this material world for them. That's how merciful Sri Prahlada Maharaj is upon us, upon every living entity who is suffering in this material world. And Prahlada Maharaj asks a question to Lord Nrsimha. How did I become so devoted to you? How am I able to remember you all the time? How is it possible? How did I become a devotee of you? And now Lord Nrsimha tells the past life of Prahlada Maharaj, where he was a son of a Brahmana who used to do his duties very well, who was a very nice person, who used to read scriptures, chant the holy names of the Lord. But then he was very sinful. He had a prostitute girlfriend and he used to associate with her, and that's how his life was going. And one fine day, this previous man of Prahlada Maharaj, he was very angry and he fought with his girlfriend, and she was also angry, and they fought back and forth, and they both did not drink even water that day. They fasted the entire day, and that day happened to be Nrsimha Chaturdasi, the appearance day of Lord Nrsimha and Nrsimha Jayanti. And because of fasting unintentionally, unknowingly, even without water on Nrsimha Chaturdasi, that sinful person, he took birth as Prahlada Maharaj. And then what to speak of us if we do it with love and devotion knowingly for the pleasure of Lord Nrsimha. So this fast is again comes in different levels. Those of you who can fast until dusk, that is sunset, even without water, can do so. Others who cannot be without water can drink water, and others who cannot survive just with water till evening can take liquids like non-grain liquids like milk or buttermilk or some fruit juices. And if that is also not possible, you can take fruits, and even if that is difficult, you can take non-grain items like sabudana, javarsi, and the millets like tinai, samai and all that. So this is just a wonderful day to fast, to remember the Lord, to chant His holy names, to serve Him in many ways. So let us all fast on this day till dusk, that is evening 6 p.m. in whatever level possible for us. Thank you very much.